right, so let's get into the 3 pillars of a successful beauty promotion. So the first part of the first pillar to having a successful promotion is planning. Okay, and I'm not just talking about, oh, I'm going to do this quick flash sale and just like winging it and last minute planning. No, I'm talking about really strategic and intricate planning. Those of you who know me from back in the day, I used to be a social media manager and influencer manager for the cosmetic brand F Cosmetics. And when I tell you they were super efficient when it comes to their promotional campaigns, they were efficient as hell. They always planned out their promotional campaigns at least a season or a quarter ahead, and they knew what they had coming up and what products they wanted to push and things that they wanted to bring more visibility to and drive more sales to. So you as a beauty business owner, as a maybe you are a solopreneur or you have a smaller team, you need to be thinking like that and thinking of yourself as like a larger corporate brand and really start to plan ahead. So that means planning out your marketing campaign and your marketing strategy. I believe that if you fail to plan, you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So we've all heard that saying before, but that is so true when it comes, especially to you wanting to drive an influx of sales into your business with a campaign. So you guys know that Easter is coming up, right? Easter is coming up in less than, I think, about 4 weeks. What do you want to promote or push for Easter? You need to be thinking about that now, not like the week before, but I'm talking about right now. So think about that. What do you want to promote, and what package, or is there a specific bundle that you want to promote and push for your Easter promotion? So you need to start thinking about that now. And I would say that if you know that you have a huge push that you want to do, to start thinking about that at least two weeks to a whole month in advance, because that allows you to give you the space and time to really think it out and really understand what your goals and your targets are going to be for that particular promotion that you have coming up. So some things that you need to think about, like what is going to be your marketing campaign or your marketing strategy? Like what is going to be your angle? Do you have a specific giveaway that you're going to put together in order to drive more visibility and drive more interest? So you're going to be like doing a giveaway along with your campaign so you can have more of that viral effect, because people love giveaways. They love to do contests. So you can potentially incorporate some giveaways or a contest inside of a promotion that you're doing to help boost that visibility of your brand on social media and drive more eyeballs to what you have going on, whether it's a sale or a flash sale or promotion that you got going on. What is going to be the timeline? Like, is it going to be a 1-week promotion? Is it going to be 2 days? Is it going to be 3 days? Like, how long is the promotion going to last? So think about these dates. What is your timeline? Go ahead and set those dates and put them on your calendar so you know that from, this particular date to whatever date, you are going to be specifically pushing super hard around this one specific promotion that you got going on. So think about your timeline, the dates. Also think about the mediums that you're going to be using. So like the platform. So most of you guys know that my main platform that I'm showing up on consistently, whether it's the form of video or live streams or whatever, is Instagram. This is my platform. This is what I'm always on. I also do use Facebook, but it's more of like a secondary platform. So I auto post and auto reshare stuff that I post to my Instagram to my Facebook. It's not my main platform, but I do have some level of a presence there. But my main platform that I use is Instagram. So if I know if I'm going to be doing a promotion or talking about a campaign or a sale or something I got going on, that's what I'm going to be showing up consistently. Another platform that I use is my email list. If you guys don't have an email list, you definitely need to be building your email list. Or if you do have an email list but you're not leveraging it, sis, you have to start leveraging it and sending out your promotions and letting people know what you got going on, because like 9 times out of 10, most of the people that are already part of your email list, that are already a part of your customer base, are going to take you up on whatever promotion or flash sale that you have coming. So that's always going to be what I consider one of your top tier platforms, is promoting yourself are sending out your newsletters and updates to your email list. So definitely make sure to think about, am I going to be using my email list? How many emails am I going to send to my customers or to my list? How many posts am I going to be posting for this promotion campaign during this time frame? Am I going to be posting once a day? Am I going to be posting twice a day? Right? Thinking about that is really going to be important, so that you can already have it in your mind what you need to have on deck for when you're showing up during that promotional time. The other thing is, are you going to be doing video? So like, video is a whole nother type of platform. So you know that Instagram, they have their video platform. So they have IGTV, they have Reels, which is video. They also have live streams. And I always say that live streams are a really high leverage and high profitable type of a medium to deliver and get your visibility and let people know what you got going on. So are you going to be using videos? Are you going to be creating reels during your promotion? Are you going to be doing live streams during your promotion? If so, how many live streams are you going to be doing? Are you going to be doing 2 during the time that you're doing promotion? Are you going to be doing 2 a day, 2 a week, whatever? Think all about that, so that you know and already can have that on deck and say, okay, this is a week-long promotion. I'm going to be posting twice a day, every single day. So that's 2 posts. If I'm going to be doing it for 5 days, there's 10 posts I need to have prepared, right? I need to already know that I'm going to be going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I need to make sure I have the topics of what I'm going to be talking about. Or maybe I'm going to be doing a behind the scenes of a client or a behind the scenes or something. So you need to be thinking about that during your, so you know that what you got coming up during your promotion week. Another thing I want to make sure you're thinking about is thinking about your actual topics. Those of you who are in the beauty content starter kit, who are already a part of that, you understand the importance of knowing how to consistently show up and have these different varieties and different topics that you can talk about as it relates to what it is that you do as a business owner. There is a way that you can consistently show up and talk about your business and talk about whatever promotion or campaign that you're running without necessarily being mundane or repetitive. So there's different types of content that you can cycle through that you can still consistently show up and talk about. Hey, I got this promotion going on. So one day you can talk about your story as it relates to your brand and why you decided to start your brand, and relate that to whatever the sale is that you got going on. There's a next day that you can talk about, like you're doing a behind the scenes and talking about, this is the behind the scenes of how I create my lipsticks or how I create my lip gloss, and this is how I create my favorite lip gloss and the ingredients and things that goes around it. And then you can relate that back to your campaign. So there's different things that you can cycle through and different kind of angles that you can talk about to keep your people interested and engaged and keep yourself showing up consistently throughout your promotion campaign. And then also another thing that you might want to think about too is, during your promotion campaign, are you going to be leveraging influencers, right? And if that is something that you want to do, you definitely need to plan ahead and plan that out weeks in advance, maybe even months in advance. If you know you have a huge seasonal push coming, you need to make sure that you have, influencers that are lined up and in place that are ready to, drop their content when you're doing your promotion to help boost that visibility of what you got going on. So if you want to think about, like, do you want to use influencers? How many influencers you want to use? And start that process of reaching out to people now, so you can have contracts and things in place. Make sure that they know what you're going to be highlighting. Make sure you can get your products to them or whatever have you, so that they can drop their content and succinct with what you're doing, so everything can align and you can increase your success of the campaign. Okay, so making sure that you have a foolproof plan and strategy is going to be important, down to those really specific and intricate details. And like I said, you want to make sure that you are at least planning anywhere between 2 weeks to a month out. I like to plan out my promotions and things that I know that I have coming up at least a quarter out, so that I know that I have to create things that are going to be released during that promotion week. Which brings me to pillar number 2, is prepping. So there's one part of like actually planning it out, planning like, okay, how many posts I'm going to be actually doing, how many videos I'm going to be doing, like the logistics of all of that. But then there's another part of it is actually preparing and creating the content. And this is something that I see falls flat a lot. Not necessarily in the beauty creator, like people that are beauty influencers and content creators, because they're used to creating content and pre-scheduling out content. But I'm talking more for those of you who are actually like in the weeds of your business. So you are like providing services, you're actually creating your products, and a lot of the times your social media can fall to the wayside. And the way to combat that is actually planning and prepping and preparing and creating your content ahead of time. So if you know that you have a Easter promotion coming up, for example, you can go ahead and sit here and think about, okay, I'm going to have this promotion for this long, maybe 4 or 5 days or whatever, and I want to post once a day, and I maybe want to do a live stream one time between that time. So you want to take the time to go ahead and source whatever it is that you want to need in order so that you can have that ready to go out during that promotional time. So think about what images do you need to have? Like, do you need to have product images, or do you already have images of clients that you do that you can use and repurpose for that time frame? So gather your images, organize your content, write your captions, right? Writing captions saves so much time actually thinking about what you want to say, writing out your captions so that you can actually not be trying to do it on the fly, because that takes a lot of your energy to try to do it during the week of. So I would definitely recommend that you think about what images you want to use, what you want to say in your captions, maybe researching some hashtags that are in alignment with whatever season or time that you're going to be having your promotion. So you can already have all that mapped out and sourced out and ready to go when you actually get into your promotional time frame. So I definitely recommend that you do that. And then also leveraging some tools to help you with showing up consistently, which kind of was going to go into my third point, which is consistency. So you want to make sure that you're showing up consistently in every single day of your promotion. One of the things that helps you with doing that is pre-scheduling out your content. So a lot of people feel like they gotta post right when they take a picture or post right when they're doing something. And that's not necessarily always true. Your Instagram or your social media, think of it as like a curated brochure, and you're using it to exemplify your work and making sure that you're engaging potential customers and clients. So you don't necessarily always have to post in real time. You can take all of the, I'm sure you guys have pictures and tons of camera rolls of pictures that you can repurpose and reuse for a promotion that you have coming up, that you can already put inside of a scheduler and write captions to go along with it and pre-schedule it to go out and post to your feed before the time. So one particular program or platform that I like to use is called Later. Later is an app that you can download to your phone, or you can use it online, and you can put your pictures in there, you can write your captions, you can put your hashtags in there, and you can schedule things to already go out, and you can schedule it to go out, what date, the time, whatever have you. If you know that your audience is more engaged during the morning times, you can schedule them to go out at maybe, for example, 10 o'clock every morning, that you can go and have it already set to go out, so you're not scrambling and trying to fly by the glue on your eyelashes to get posts out every single day of your promotion. So that way you can focus more so on servicing and answering questions that clients and stuff might have to ask you during that promotion week. So again, the name of the app is Later. Is Later. So it's the Later app. Another app that you could potentially use is called Planoly. It's Planoly, I believe. I used to use that back in the day. I don't really use it. I still have an active subscription to it, but I don't really use it right now. I think it has a free option. Planoly has a free option that you can use, and I think Later doesn't have a trial. It's I think it's around $10 to $15 a month for Later, and it's really affordable, really accessible, and it saves you so much time and energy for you to pre-schedule out your content. So definitely think about using a scheduler, okay? And then the last thing is consistency. So we already talked about this a little bit, but consistency is important. This is one of the biggest things that my clients and my customers struggle with when they come to me, is not knowing what to post and they're just not being consistent. So when you take the time to plan out what your marketing strategy is going to be, weeks or months in advance, you already know what you're going to talk about. You already taken the time to gather your images, write your captions, source your hashtags and stuff, and you put it into a scheduler. That helps you with being consistent on the posting side of things. So that is definitely what you want to leverage when you are going into your campaign, is using those schedulers to help you be consistent, but then also thinking about other ways that you can boost your visibility, and thinking about how can I be as omnipresent as possible during my campaign. All right, that's one of the biggest things, is being as omnipresent as possible, because with the algorithm and how Facebook and Instagram's algorithm is set up, 100% of your followers is not going to see your content. That's not how the algorithm works. They, is different times of day. There's people coming in and out of the app all of the time. So everybody's not going to see your actual post. So you want to think about, okay, if I post in the morning, what is something that I can do in the afternoon to kind of help with boosting the visibility of the promotion that I got going on? So maybe you post at 10 o'clock, you actually have a feed post that goes out. And then at 12 o'clock or later in the afternoon, maybe 12 or 2, you come and do an IG story and you talk about the promotion that you got going on. And then maybe later on in the evening, you come and do a quick live stream to talk about the promotion. So you got to be thinking about how different ways that you can show up and still make sure that you are able to get as visible as possible and be as omnipresent as possible. Because like I said, the algorithm is not set up for 100% of your followers to see everything that you post. So you got to be persistent and consistent with showing up in as many avenues and using all of the features, as many of them as you can, so that you can get yourself out there as much as possible, which also kind of plays into using your email list too, because you got your social media following, but you definitely want to make sure you have that email communication going on too, and whatever other platform that you're using, showing up as many places as possible. And also, quick note, the schedulers that I use can work for Facebook too. So if you use Facebook in conjunction with Instagram, you can schedule out for both platforms. So they're multi-purpose. All right. So being consistent is going to be important, and showing up consistently throughout your entire promotion. A lot of the times I'll see people, they're really strong for the first 2 days or what have you, and then they kind of fall off the last day or two. And they're not really showing up as consistently. They're not doing their live streams. They're not doing their IG stories. They're not doing their reels. And a lot of this plays into lack of planning, lack of preparation, and not being committed to just showing up all the way to the very, very end. Because a lot of the times people need to see your stuff at least between 7 to 10 times before they make a decision to purchase with you, especially if they're new to you. If they haven't never met you before and they just came across your post, they found you, seeing you were doing a promotion, they may have followed you but didn't decide to purchase just yet. You have to be consistent and show up all the way to the end and do as much as you can. So you definitely want to make sure that you are doing all these different avenues and being consistent all the way to the end, to give people as many opportunities as possible to make the decision to buy from you. Because like I said, any people need to see you anywhere between 7 to 10 times before they say, okay, she's consistent. I like what she's offering. She showed me all these different facets of, what she does, how she does it, shared some testimonials. She shared the behind the scenes. She's really been consistent. I think I want to go ahead and buy. And they may not be ready to buy it to the last day. So you got to show up all the way to the very, very end to make sure that you are giving people as many opportunities as possible to take you up on what you're doing with your campaign. And then also making sure that you have everything prepped and scheduled and prepared ahead of time. That frees you up to be more present and serve your people more during the actual promotion time. So what I mean by that is you're actually in the comments responding to people when they're commenting on your post. Like if they're asking questions, you have time and space and more brain space and energy to reply to those comments and get back to them promptly, right? Or responding to any inquiries you're getting to your DM. responding to any email inquiries you might get. So just having the content creation and all of that off of your plate already and pre-scheduled out gives your brain more energy and more space to really pour more quality time and effort into serving your audience and making sure that they're making as informed and as an informed decision as possible about whether or not they want to buy the products or buy the service. So making sure that you're doing that is going to be key into having a successful promotion.